Today my heart is heavy as I bring you somber news from Texas. The state has been ravaged by catastrophic flash floods, the kind of disaster that tests communities and faith in ways we can barely imagine. As of now, the death toll has reached at least 109 people. Over 160 are still missing, most of them from Kerr County, a place now facing unimaginable loss. Governor Greg Abbott has called this a disaster beyond comprehension. Kerr County alone has lost at least 87 souls, including 30 children. Let that sink in, 30 children. One of the hardest hit places was Camp Mystic. When the flood struck, 750 children were at this summer camp. At least 27 campers and counselors didn't make it, and several are still missing, including 5 campers and a counselor. I can't even begin to imagine the grief those families are facing right now. Governor Abbott described the scene as horrendously ravaged and said the water reached the tops of cabins. It's almost beyond belief, but even in the darkest moments, I see the light of American courage shine through. Search and rescue teams have been working around the clock. The U.S. Coast Guard, led by heroes like Petty Officer Scott Ruskin, has already saved over 200 people, including nearly 200 from Camp Mystic alone. Ruskin himself, on his very first mission, became the only triage coordinator on the scene and helped get 165 people to safety by helicopter. That's the spirit of Texas, and of America. Neighbors helping neighbors, no matter the odds. President Trump has now signed a federal disaster declaration for Kerr County and plans to visit Texas in person. Federal agencies, including FEMA, are on the ground, and officials say they're cutting through red tape to get help to families faster. Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem promised a better and more responsive federal effort, something these families desperately need right now. But there are tough questions too. Some residents in the area, known as Flash Flood Alley, say they never got any warning alarms. Local officials had considered flood sirens along the river but never put them in place. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick says Texas will invest in a better alarm system, one like Israel's, to make sure nothing like this happens again. It's a hard lesson, but one we must learn to protect each other. Governor Abbott put it in perspective. There have been more fatalities here than in Hurricane Harvey, and this flood is one of the deadliest events in America in the past 50 years. So I ask you, keep Texas in your prayers. Pray for the families who've lost loved ones, for those still searching for missing children, and for the first responders risking everything to bring hope in a time of heartbreak. Texas is strong. Together with faith and determination, we will get through this. Thank you for watching, and may God bless Texas.